Hello guys, welcome back to 1878 Blues. Just before I get into this match reaction, if you can like, comment, subscribe, give your thoughts, I will give you feedback or reply, I could say, to your comments, just to create discussion on this channel. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs, so let's get there as soon as, and hopefully then I can start doing some live watch-alongs to games. Yes, Everton have just beaten Doncaster Rovers 2 goals to 1 at in the EFL Cup round 2. I can't believe I've seen Everton score a goal. It's I feel like I've been dreaming about this for a very long time. Um, but yeah, we've gone through. Now I'm not gonna go off my head right now. I think BETO is looking boss. And now you can say it's against Doncaster Rovers. I'm just getting a weird feeling about him that he's gonna be boss. Like he's just giving me this aura, the aura around him, and the attitude, and just the way he looked so focused before the game. Just I don't know. It's just something about him and his name as well. I think he was criminally like I think someone's mentioned this as well that he was criminally underrated in Italy. Um, Yeah, he just looks like a real handful. Made such a difference in that second half. It's crazy. Like I wouldn't say we look like a different team, but we just look like someone who knew how to play up front. And I said he's got pace from what I've seen. He's obviously he looks massive in that in the blue kit. Um, it just looks like a real handful. Could have had a hat trick. Crazy. That's what we was all hoping for. We should get him on, and listen, a lot of people won't know too much about him, like myself, but you're just desperate to see someone new, and yeah. But going into the game, I thought, I'm not gonna lie, it was one of the worst 60 minutes of football I've seen Everton ever take part in, and that's not me saying that lightly. We were absolute fucking disgrace. This could have been a complete different reaction. Still is going to be, at some part, a lot of negativity because I've just watched Danjuma and Beto at the end then in the post-match interviews, and Danjuma just looks pissed off and just said it's simply not good enough, basically. In his own, what he said, it wasn't, this not in his own words, but he just said the performance basically wasn't great at all. We should be expecting a lot more from this team against an opposition like this. Like we got absolutely battered in every department by Doncaster Rovers, and this is something I'm not uh, really say. I don't really say this. This seems to happen near enough every game, but the difference is we're playing against the League Two side, and I know I said in my match preview, cup games is cup games. Things happen, and I tweeted about this, and I said, you know, you can't be getting outfought and outplayed by a side like that. They can be battling. They could be. You should be the dominating side, and if you go out the cup, things happen. You can't. There's no excuse to me to get outplayed and outfought. There's no excuse to me at all. I was absolutely fucking disgusted with them first 60 minutes. I ended up laughing when they scored because you go, well, it's Comedy Central again, innit? You know what I mean? I must have clicked on the wrong channel here. This must be Comedy Central. It was appalling by everyone. No one could run the ball. No one could hold the ball. No one could pass the ball. No one didn't even know what to do with the ball. It looked like there was a bunch of NFL players kicking around ball for the first time in their life. A bunch of rugby players. You know what I mean? Like, it was appalling. I couldn't, honest to God, I'm looking at our shirt sponsor Hummel and I'm like, should we really fucking change our fucking sponsor to New Balance or something? Because this team is the most unbalanced team I've ever seen in my life. And it still worries me, even post game and looking forward, it worries me. And I said this in other in other videos that our centre mid to me still really isn't strong enough. Um, Listen, all the transfer news going on as well. Speak a little briefly about that at the end, but just looks so weak, and there's no clear idea, and they just all look. I don't. It just doesn't look right. We was hoping it looked right when they all joined together. Onana, Werby, Ujisagana, Gay, the core. You thought, oh, maybe you've got something going on there, but it's simply not good enough. It really isn't. Um, and how do you expect your striker or your attacking players to do damage when they're not getting anything from the centre mids? You know, midfield win. If you don't lose if you lose the battle in the middle of midfield, you're most likely going to really struggle. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to lose the game, but you're going to really struggle, because they're the engine. They're the engine, and up to now, our engines are 1.2, but it should be a 2.4 or 2.6 or whatever. It should be Premier League standard, and to me, it's not. And they're not. It's just so unbalanced. There's no player out there who plays in the centre mid. Who, like, I know Garner in the first half was kind of playing centre mid, but he drifted back out on the right again, maybe due to the changes which were made at half time. But to me, Garner still, and I know he crossed that ball into Beto for his chance, and it was a good cross, but maybe I'm just being a bit impatient on Garner, but I just can't see it. He doesn't seem to get the game at the scruff of the neck. What I see from him at Nottingham Forest, he just doesn't. It just looks nervous. Um, but like again, especially in the right wing. It just does. I don't know why he plays in the right wing. It's just a mad one for me. I will still not get it. Um, But just again worried, we're getting all these wingers and attackers and whatever, and we're not getting anyone in centre. But how many players can you get? You know what I mean? Like, we're in a mess anyway. You can't fix everything at once. But it does concern me because a few injuries out, and I wouldn't say the key players, but your regular players, a few injuries to them. Then who have you got? You've released Tom Davis, Andrew Gomez. Haven't heard him for ages. He played a pre-season, just hasn't been anywhere near the squad since. So yeah, but moving on from that, listen, Doncaster are always going to fight, work hard, pressure on you all the time. They will get tired later on, and then sometimes that's when it shows the class of the Premier League, you could say, with the squad. But I'm seeing at 1.14 shots to 3. We didn't get our first shot to the 41st minute. It's just not good enough, and I'm not letting this win. And the monumental, I would say, or just an impressive performance by Beto, and to forget about what's gone on here, like, it's still not good enough, and it still worries me now to Sheffield United because yeah, it was just not good enough, and I don't know who we're gonna get in, don't know what's gonna happen, but serious improvements needs making because there's players who couldn't even control the ball. Don't want to slate him again, and I don't keep picking him out. But Lewis Dobbin, a lot of people saying he needs to start, and maybe it is the inconsistencies of how he's playing. But to get another start or another feature in a game, he should be growing in confidence, and his ball control is horrendous. And he got took off at half time. We had Ashley Young, Jessica Gay, and Beto that come on for Yusuf Chimeti. I felt sorry for him. He had absolute, just like in B&Q, he just had absolute no customer service whatsoever. There was no one about, and he was just running around looking lost. And yeah, he didn't, when he had the ball, when he was doing things, he just didn't do much of it. But maybe he's just, like I said, rusty as hell. But it's a test for him. I don't exactly know what his skill set is and what his best attributes are, but hopefully more in time he can slowly mould into the squad. But he does look like he's a big lad, and I'm sure that with better players around him eventually that he can mould into a really good player for us. Yeah, so yeah, second half, I went to shower. I think, like a lot of them players, they needed a cold shower, an early shower, you could say. They all deserve to be sent off after that first half performance. Um, But yeah, I got a shower. I didn't realise how long I was in there for. Probably didn't want to get back out, to be honest. Maybe the showers filled the floods of tears to see the state of my club. But I come back out, and yeah, 55 minutes, and I think Beto's already registered a shot. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I just see him initially, and I was going, oh, like, he just got something about him, and he hold up play, thinking ahead before the ball comes to him. You know, Danjuma looked a lot more lively. Um, Ashley Young was on the right, and then he was going to the centre. He was everywhere, Ashley Young. Yeah, who else? God, yeah, well, he mostly stayed on the right because we kind of swapped. I think I don't know where he went, but then Garner ended up playing like a wing back position. Yeah, people are moving about a lot, but yeah, I thought Onana got a bit more freedom then. Decore, it just space opened up for everyone, and I don't know if that was to do with the lack of tiredness. Sorry, not the lack of tiredness, doesn't make sense. The tiredness from Doncaster players from working hard for the 60 plus something minutes. But we took more control of the game. I said space opened up. A ball come through. I think I'm trying to recall. I was just seeing a goal, but I missed it. I can't remember who passed the ball. Might have been. Oh God, who was it? Could have been Ashley Young. I'm not too sure. Someone assisted. Better running through on goal. And it's just in a delightful finish. An absolute delightful finish. Calm, composed. Just really good goal. A really good goal by someone who looks confident and ready to go. You know, there's players who would have took an extra touch, blasted over the bar. It was just calmly placed. It was a lovely goal. Couldn't believe it. Had to scratch my eyes. Or rub my eyes, you could say, because that would probably do some damage to my sight. But yeah, I just couldn't believe it. We scored a goal, made up for Beto. I think he had a shot just before it where I just instantly thought that's going to go on the meme pages on Twitter and Facebook and all kinds. You know, absolutely miscontrolled the ball. I think it was good up build-up play at first, but it come out to him and he just completely messed it up and it went flying away from goal. But yeah, he got that goal and he just looked a handful. You know, the defenders are struggling against his physical presence. And yeah, just like I said, real handful. And then a ball comes out to the right. James Garner whips a beautiful ball in and Beto heads onto it. And it hits the post and it was an absolute unbelievable header. The height and obviously he's a big boy anyway, but how long he stayed in the air for to head the ball, it was just, yeah, really annoying that it didn't go in. I was frustrated. I just wanted it to happen. For him especially, just to build his confidence, and just to make a statement. But he didn't get it, and after that he played really well. I said there's more freedom for everyone else to get through. We had a number of shots. Mopay, come on, I've got to give it to Mopay. You know, he played all right when he come on. I'll give him credit when it's due. He looks like more of a link-up type of player instead of being obviously that number 9. So maybe that's, don't want to say it because I really don't rate him, but I like this link up play. You know what I mean? He looked, maybe that's one of his strengths. But he's flicking the ball on, and he just, you know what I mean, he was getting himself about and just looking busy. And again, yeah, Danjuma, I think it was a link up play with Decore. Maybe I think it was actually Mopay, and it comes to Danjuma and he's running across the box, and I just thought he took too many touches. I thought, like, fuck, he's messed it up here. He's absolutely messed it up. He should have took it first time, or maybe after his first touch. He kept running along to his right, and yeah, great goal. Puts it in the bottom left hand corner. So yeah, 2-1 up, and he could have scored another one. I think I think it was in the first half. I think that was our first shot. It comes, you know, it was on the left hand side, and to be honest, I thought, to be honest, when I'm looking at that now, I'm going, well, you know, it looked like he didn't even have a right foot, because it was well easier to cut it onto his right when he was through last time in the first half. So I thought he must not have a right foot then, because I can't recall if he has one. Um, but it shows he does, because he scored with his right foot. A good goal at 87th, 88th minute, a late winner. Um, and then yeah, just basically defend then, and Doncaster didn't really do too much after then. I think they had a few. I think they had a 16-year-old come on, had a shot blocked in the box. But yeah, but to be honest, I haven't even got into Doncaster goal. I've already said it was a disgrace of 60 minutes, but Doncaster's goal was just absolutely pathetic, and it happened throughout the first half. Lack of players concentrated, defensively woeful. So much time for players to just cross the ball into the box, causing more trouble than it should have been. Um, yeah, just all over the place. The striker, I forgot his name, but he was number 19. He was just legging it everywhere, and we said that pre-match that he's one of them. He'll just pressurise you non-stop. That's what he's good at. He's got a heading as well, I think. But their goal was just ridiculous. No one tracked him. It was just an easy header in the goal. Yeah, absolutely pathetic. I think it was a header. I can't even remember how stuff. But um, yeah, simply not good enough. And it was offside, which obviously is more laughable, you could say, but well deserved. Doncaster deserved to take the lead. Um, but yeah, and there's a claim as well in the second half that Mikalenko handled the ball. The commentator was saying if it got to VAR, probably could be considered. I mean, you can't literally put your arm anywhere else. If you fall on the floor, your arm's going to stick out to protect yourself for landing. It's a natural body movement. It's not an arm or hand that is targeting to stop the ball going in or progressing past them. It's just a ridiculous rule. If that was VAR given, it was an absolute joke. It would have been an absolute joke. And if that's still the rule that's applied in the Premier League and whatnot, and decisions get given like that, then it's an absolute fucking joke. Because, yeah, I just don't get it. But, yeah, so that's the game. We're through to the third round. We'll find out soon who we're playing. I'm not going to stay on this too much longer. I don't want to keep going on and on. But we've had transfer rumours on and on. Sulemana, there potentially could be a late bidding for him. I think Southampton won about 30 million. Damn it, I had another one in mind and it's completely went out my head. Oh God, I'll probably remember after this video ends. It doesn't matter. Listen, tomorrow is a big day. We've got to get another signing or two in for me. It's not good enough. With the squad we've got, it's just still not going to be good enough for me to be confident that we're going to stay in this league. But yeah, right, like, comment, subscribe, share. Everything helps with this channel and it's for free. So help a good person out. Help a sad blue out, a depressive blue, and make me day a little bit better. Obviously we've won, but I'm still not satisfied. You can't be. Anyway, see you soon.